Long, long ago, in a small village surrounded by thick forests and tall palm trees, a woman named Neka was about to give birth. The night was silent. The moon was full, and the stars twinkled like tiny lanterns in the sky. Crickets chirped in the bushes, and a cold breeze moved through the huts. Neka had been in labor for many hours. Her husband had died many years ago, and this child was all she had left. The village midwife, Mama Uju, stayed beside her, wiping her sweat and praying in low tones. Suddenly, a loud cry echoed in the room. "It's a girl," Mama Uju shouted, smiling. But the smile quickly disappeared from her face. The baby was not like other babies. She was beautiful, her skin soft like ripe mango, and her eyes wide like the early morning sky. But what shocked everyone was her left ear. It was not small like other babies' ears. It was big, so big that it looked like the ear of an elephant. It covered one side of her head like a wrapper. The villagers who gathered outside the hut gasped when they saw the baby. "God forbid, what is this?" one old woman whispered. "Is this a sign of a curse?" another man asked. "Maybe she is not human," someone else said in fear. Neka held her baby close, tears in her eyes. "She is my child, and her name will be Nina," she said softly. "Nina means beauty because she's beautiful to me." The villagers shook their heads. Some whispered, some laughed, some ran away in fear. But Neka didn't care. She loved her daughter. Every day, she wrapped Nina in soft clothes and sang sweet songs to her. Even though she had no money, she gave her love. But the village never forgot about Nina's ear. As Nina grew older, the whispers became louder. Children pointed and laughed. "Look, the girl with the elephant ear." Some threw stones at her, some refused to play with her. Even adults avoided her. People said she brought bad luck. No one sat near her in the market. No one came close to their hut. But Nina was kind. She smiled even when they mocked her. She helped her mother with farm work. She fetched water from the stream and sang with the birds. Her big ear never stopped her from being good. And there was something special. Sometimes, Nina would stop and say, "Mama, I hear someone crying in the forest." Or, "Mama, the hunters are coming back. I can hear their drums from far away." Her mother would pause and wonder, how does she hear such things? But no one believed her. They only saw her ear and feared it. One night, as Nina sat outside watching the stars, she closed her eyes and smiled. "I may look different," she whispered to herself, "but one day, they will see that I'm not a curse, I'm a blessing." And deep in the forest, something dangerous was beginning to happen, but only Nina could hear it. Days passed, then weeks, then years. Nina was now 10 years old. Her body had grown taller, but her left ear had grown even bigger. It now reached her shoulder when it drooped, and sometimes the wind would blow it like a flag. Still, she walked through the village with quiet courage, carrying her water pot, a basket of firewood, or helping her mother on the farm. But behind her back, the villagers continued to whisper, "She's the girl with the elephant ear. Don't go near her. Her ear brings bad luck." She hears voices from the spirit world. But Nina didn't listen. Her heart was full of love, not hate. She would smile at those who mocked her and greet the elders respectfully, even when they ignored her. Her mother, Neka, always told her, "Your heart is more important than your ear, my daughter. Always remember that." One morning, while Nina was fetching firewood deep in the forest, she suddenly stopped. Her ear twitched. Then she heard it. A strange sound, far away, like something big crawling, something heavy, something dangerous. She stood still and listened carefully. Boom, boom, boom. It sounded like the ground was shaking. Birds flew from the trees, monkeys screamed and ran deeper into the forest. Nina dropped her firewood and ran back to the village. "Mama!" she shouted. "Mama!" Neka came out of the hut, holding a bowl of cassava. "What is it, Nina?" "I heard something in the forest. Something big. Something terrible is coming." A few villagers standing nearby heard her and began to laugh. "There she goes again. the girl with the spirit air. She hears everything, even when there is nothing. But Nina was serious. Her eyes were wide. Her hands shook. Mama, I'm not lying. It was real. Neka believed her daughter. She always did. She held Nina's hand and said, "Don't be afraid. Let's go tell the village chief." They walked to the palace of Chief Okonkwo, a large man with a long beard and many red beads around his neck. The villagers followed, curious. "Chief," Neka said, "my daughter heard something strange in the forest. She says something big is coming." The chief frowned. "And how did she hear it?" "With her ear," Nika replied. Laughter filled the palace. But the chief raised his hand. "Silence," he said. "Let her speak." Nina stepped forward, her voice clear. "I heard drums, not human drums. I heard growling, like an animal, but not like any animal we know, and footsteps, shaking the earth." The chief looked at her with deep eyes. He said, "We shall send the hunters to the forest." That night, 5 strong hunters went into the forest with spears and torches. They never came back. The next morning, the villagers were afraid. Women cried. Children hid behind their mothers. Nina stood in front of the chief. "I told you, something dangerous is coming." Just then, the earth shook. Boom! The trees at the edge of the forest bent. A strange growl echoed through the village. Then, they saw it. A giant white beast, black as coal, with red eyes and sharp teeth, bigger than a cow. It rushed toward the village, destroying yam barns and scaring goats and chickens. People screamed. They ran into their huts. The men tried to fight with arrows, but they bounced off the beast's thick skin. "Nina, run!" Neka shouted. But Nina didn't move. She closed her eyes. Her ear twitched again. She could hear something, not just the growl. She heard a sound from deep inside the beast, a weak heartbeat, and a cry, a baby cry. Then she remembered something her mother once told her. Sometimes, monsters are just creatures in pain. Nina picked up her mother's drum and began to beat it slowly and gently. Tom, tom, tom. The beast stopped. Everyone froze. Nina walked toward it slowly, still beating the drum. "Don't be afraid," she whispered. "I know you're hurting." The villagers gasped. The beast growled, but didn't attack. It looked at Nina and slowly sat down. Then it did something no one expected. It began to cry. Hot tears fell from its red eyes. Nina knelt beside it and touched its rough leg. "It's okay." From inside the beast's body, a baby's voice cried again. Then a strange light glowed from its chest. Suddenly, the beast vanished into smoke, and on the ground was a small baby wrapped in leaves. Nina picked up the child gently. Everyone was silent. Then they clapped. They cheered. The same villagers who once mocked her were now kneeling and thanking her. "She saved us. She has a gift. She's not cursed. She's blessed." Chief Okonkwo stood and declared, "From this day, Nina shall be called Nina, the listener protector of our village." Neka hugged her daughter tightly. "I told you, my child, your heart is more powerful than your ear." And for the first time in her life, Nina smiled not to hide pain, but because she finally felt seen and loved. But this was just the beginning. Nina was now a hero in her village. The same people who once whispered behind her back now smiled when she passed. Children followed her, hoping to hear stories about the giant beast. Mothers asked her to bless their babies. Even the elders began to nod respectfully when she walked by. But Nina remained humble. "I'm just Nina," she would say with a smile. "I only listened." She still carried water, still helped her mother, still walked barefoot to the farm. But her heart felt lighter because now she was no longer alone. One morning, as the sun rose behind the hills, something strange happened. Nina was sweeping the front of their hut when her left ear twitched. She paused. She turned her head slowly. She heard a voice, faint, shaky, like wind passing through broken trees. "Help, please, help me!" Her ear tilted again, This time she heard the voice clearly, but it wasn't coming from the forest. It was coming from far, far away from the mountains that stood beyond the river, beyond the farms, beyond anything Nina had ever seen. She dropped her broom and ran inside. Mama, I heard a cry for help. Neka looked up from pounding yam. From where? The mountains. Neka frowned. No one goes near those mountains. They are cursed. Even the birds don't fly over them. But someone is calling me, Mama. I swear it. Her mother sighed. Nina, you are special, yes, but the mountains are dangerous. Still, Nina couldn't forget the voice. It kept coming, every morning and night. Help me! Help me! The village grew worried. Crops stopped growing. The river turned brown. Chickens laid no eggs. The chief called for a meeting. It is a bad sign, Chief Okonkwo said. Ever since the beast left, strange things have started. I believe we are not safe yet.